Hey everyone, another beautiful Friday afternoon and another virtual Chicago Cubs matchup from MLB 9 innings 20. Today it's going to be an interleague matchup to start our three-game series. The Boston Red Sox at virtual Wrigley Field to take on the Chicago Cubs, and it's apt to be an interesting weekend. Two day games here on Friday and Saturday, and then a night game on Sunday. But to kick things off, we're going to get right into the standings, starting with the National League Central. At the top of the division, coming in once again, the Cincinnati Reds. They lost again yesterday, just as the Cubs did in 11 innings. So 47-28 goes Cincinnati, and the Cubs next at 43-32 for back. St. Louis won yesterday, so they creeped a game closer, and they're at 41-33, 5.5 back. Milwaukee Brewers 38-35, and Pittsburgh at 35-38, 11 back. And now as we take a look at the American League East, at the top going to be the Yankees at 51-24, and the Cubs going to play there next weekend after three games against Cincinnati, Tuesday to Thursday in Cincy. Boston Red Sox next at 37-38, 14 back. Tampa Bay 36-40, 15.5 back. Toronto 35-40, 16 back. In the Baltimore Orioles 22-53, 29 back. So the Yankees seriously running away with the American League East. Boston Red Sox just trying to hold their heads above water and hope for a wild card, but things don't look too much better for a lot of the teams in the other division. The Chicago White Sox coming in tight there in the American League Central, but you got to look to some of these teams like the Angels, the Texas Rangers, and then, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays, who beat the Red Sox in 2 of the last 3 games for what the future has to hold here. And as you see, a 3-2 launch for the Cubs yesterday on our screen now, come in to the series 43-32, whereas Boston 37-38, 3 games against the Red Sox, 3 games at Cincinnati, 3 games at the Yankees for the Cubs. So the Cubs looking to wrap up this homestand on the right foot, and they're going to do it with Patrick Corbin on the hill. Corbin comes into this game against the Boston Red Sox with a 152 earned run average, a 4-1 record, and 5 starts here in 2020. He's got a walk-to-K ratio of 2-41 in 59 1/3 innings pitched, so you can't expect anything more than that from Patrick Corbin, who's been solid wherever he's gone, but he is going to have a tough task in front of him today, facing Chris Sale from the Red Sox. Chris Sale bouncing around the league a little bit. He struggled here early this season in Boston, but he's backed up in the order today with all the guys that you'd want to see. Alex Verdugo been a strong presence in the Boston order all year, hitting down in the 7-hole today. Since coming over from LA, he's been an absolute stellar guy out there in right field for Boston night in and night out, but you can't look further than the top of the order in Rafael Devers, 18 home runs, 53 RBIs, and then you got Xander Bogaerts, who doesn't hit for as much power, but he comes in 368 and he gets on base quite a bit. And that takes us right into the Boston Red Sox starting lineup update here for today. Leading off third base going to be Rafael Devers. Xander Bogaerts plays short. Mitch Moreland at first. Jackie Bradley Jr. in the cleanup hole. In center field, Andrew Benintendi's in left. Christian Vasquez hit 6 behind the plate. Alex Verdugo in right field. Michael Chavez, the second baseman, hits 8th. And then in the 9-hole, Chris Sale. And as for the Chicago Cubs on the defensive side of the ball today, left to right in the outfield, Ryan Braun, Dexter Fowler, Cody Bellinger, and on the infield around the horn from first to third, Anthony Rizzo, Jonathan Schoop, Gleyber Torres, and Manny Machado. The only lineup change for the Cubs here today is Javier Baez out and Gleyber Torres in as we get set to go here. The first pitch in for a ball on a slider from Patrick Corbin, and we're underway here at virtual Wrigley Field. 1-0 pitch in here from Corbin, and it's foul tipped up into the seats down the third baseline. Nice change up there from Corbin, and now the 1-1 even scale pitch here. Blasted past Anthony Rizzo's glove into right field, falls in front of Cody Bellinger, and the Red Sox have a leadoff base runner to start the ball game. Now it's Xander Bogaerts, 16 home runs, 47 RBIs. As we said, he doesn't hit for as much power as a guy like Rafael Devers taking a first pitch strike here, but Xander Bogaerts gets on base early and often here as he sends the 0-1 out in a shallow center field. It falls in front of Dexter Fowler, and the Cubs have done something they haven't done since the 3rd week of the season here and given up back-to-back hits to start a game. Mitch Moreland, 6 home runs, 31 RBIs, getting his first start in a few days. Took all 3 games off in Tampa Bay here as he fouls one away. Red Sox dropping 2 of 3 in Tampa Bay. The first and third games of the series here as Moreland comes around and 1, trailing 0-2. Corbin goes outside and he's able to pick up the K here for the first out of the game. Now Jackie Bradley Jr. Jr. hitting .325, and he's got some serious speed on the base pass here. Can he run this one out, however? Jonathan Schoop to Rizzo just in time, but both runners advance, and it's Andrew Benintendi's turn. Benintendi comes in hitting just over .300 here, 10 home runs, 36 RBIs. He hasn't had a home run in 2 weeks, so looking to break that skid here this weekend as he bounces one towards third. Manny Machado back in the hole, the high throw to Rizzo, but it's in time. The Red Sox pick up 2 hits and leave a pair on base, and our 0-0 score sends us to the bottom of the first. For the Chicago Cubs, starting lineup here today, as we said, the only change, Javier Baez out and Gleyber Torres in at short, but we'll run you through it anyways. Dexter Fowler at the top and center, Buster Posey behind the plate, Gleyber Torres hits third at short, Cody Bellinger's in right, Ryan Braun hits fifth and left, Jonathan Schoop at second, Manny Machado hits seventh at third, Anthony Rizzo eighth, and Patrick Corbin ninth on the hill. And as for the Boston Red Sox on the defensive side of the ball here today, left to right in the outfield, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Alex Verdugo. And on the infield from third to first, Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, Michael Chavez, and Mitch Moreland. Dropping the signs behind the plate, going to be Christian Vasquez. And on the hill, looking for his 7th win of the year, going to be Chris Sale. Dexter Fowler on an 8-game hitting streak here. We get going in the bottom of the first here as Fowler sends one away. Dexter Fowler been a solid presence, a you go, we go type hitter, as Alexander Babby put it the other night when I had him on here. As my color guy, as the 0-2 out towards right center field, and there we go. Dexter Fowler's going, so hopefully the Cubs can go here. Dexter Fowler going to chug into second with a leadoff double, and the Cubs are in business here in the first. Now Buster Posey's turn. As we said, still the best hitter in the National League at a .369 average, 12 home runs, 41 RBIs. He's gone homerless over the last 6 games here, as now Posey sends one away foul. Buster Posey also the 4th best slugging percentage here as he flies one, out in a shallow center field in front of Jackie Bradley Jr., and he's able to reach here, and the Cubs now have runners at first and third for Gleyber Torres. Torres only 8 at-bats here in the season. He's got a stolen base. He's 4 for 8, so 500 in a minimal sample size. 1 RBI, 1 run scored, and he gets his first start here in 2 weeks. First and third in the first with nobody out here. At 0-0 score. Red Sox and Cubs from Virtual Wrigley. The 0-1 pitch dropped in low here. He came around. Chris Sale pitching conservatively here now as the 0-2. He falls in down low. Another knuckle curve, and Gleyber Torres being struck out now. Cody Bellinger, 2-game hitting streak, 8 home runs, 32 RBIs. He had 2 home runs in the Mets series here as the ball comes up and tight here. A bouncer towards Michael Chavez. He's going to go home with the throw. Vasquez lays it down in time to get Fowler. And just like that, it's first and second with 2 outs quickly. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs for Ryan Braun. Looking to extend those numbers here right now. He's going to swing it to first pitch, and once again, it's right to Chavez and the knife over to Moreland, and that ends it. The Cubs get 3 hits, and they leave a pair on base, and that finishes it off here in the first. We head to the second, and it's going to be Christian Vasquez, Alex Verdugo, and Michael Chavez for the visitors. Patrick Corbin right back to the hill here for the Chicago Cubs. 10 pitches in the first inning. 6 of those going for strikes here. And, of course, the singles, which gave the Red Sox 2 base runners. The singles go to Devers and Bogaerts, and then Corbin sent down the next 3. The 0-2 up and tight here. Slow roller to first. Anthony Rizzo going to take it unassisted himself, and now there's 1 out for Verdugo. .327 average on the year is Alex Verdugo. Very solid hitter. He's just got to take his time a bit more. He loves to first pitch hatch, something that Javier Baez can attest to here on the Chicago Cubs squad. As the 0-1 right down the middle, Verdugo came around on the change, and now it's 0-2. Patrick Corbin hitting the upstairs corner here, and he's able to finish off the second strikeout. And now it's Michael Chavez. Chavez hitting .295 here in 2020 already. Patrick Corbin sent down 5 in a row since giving up the first 2 singles here to start the game. He fires in a 4-seam fastball, and Patrick Corbin a bit down on his high heaters here today, but he's still managing to get the same results. 0-2 pitch now. Corbin, the kick in the fire, and it's past a diving third baseman in Manny Machado out in the left field. Going to be a play at second base here. Ryan Braun with the arm, but not in time as Chavez is in standing up. So end that skid right there, and now it's Chris Sale. Sale swinging a bat here for the first time in 2020. The other games in National League parks already this season for the Boston Red Sox. Sale hasn't had to pitch in those series, so here it is. The 0-1 pitch drilled out towards left field. This is going to fall in. The Red Sox are going to get on the board here first. Chris Sale trying to go into second here. The play to the plate, not even close, and Sale's in standing up with a double to second, and he's got an RBI to attest to here. Now Rafael Devers, a .333 average here, 18 home runs, 53 RBIs. As we said, already 1-for-1 with a single back in the first. Corbin got him swinging on a curve here. The Red Sox a 1-0 lead if you're just tuning in here in the top of the second inning. And now a 0-2 pitch from Corbin right down the middle of the zone, lofted out towards right field, and Cody Bellinger able to find it just in time. The Red Sox pick up 2 more hits, and they're able to score a run thanks to their pitcher, Chris Sale. And now the Cubs look to get their offense rolling in the bottom of the second inning as Jonathan Schoop, Manny Machado, and Anthony Rizzo take their first outs to the ball game. Jonathan Schoop into the box here, 10 home runs, 35 RBIs. Schoop's gone quiet here the last few weeks as now he came around on a cutter. 0-1 here yet again. The pitch outside and away here. It's a slider, and Schoop trailing 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch outside and away here, and Schoop managing to foul it away. A 1-0 Boston Red Sox score, and now Schoop comes around on one, and he's down on strikes. Manny Machado, a .312 average here in 2020. Been playing a lot of third base thanks to Javier Baez, who's been great at shortstop, but Baez getting the day off after 3 straight starts, and Torres in there at short. The 0-1 bouncer up the middle, off the 2-hop, Xander Bogaerts gets to it, but Manny Machado is called safe at first, so once again the Cubs have a base runner. Anthony Rizzo hitting 3 straight at-bats to end the ball game yesterday against New York. 7 home runs, 20 RBIs are his numbers. He's hitting .400, so nothing better than that for Anthony Rizzo, who's seeing minimal time on the field here early in the season. And the 0-1's chopped up the middle. Bogart's going to flip it to first and be conservative here, but Rizzo does his job in advancing the runner, and now it's Corbin's turn. After Sale knocked in a run in the top of the second, it'd be nice to see Corbin do the same here as he's going to take his time with the ball outside and away here. 1-0 pitch right down the middle here, and coming around going to be Patrick Corbin, and now it's a 1-1. Patrick Corbin outside and away here, and a bouncer towards first, picked up here by Moreland and flipped over to Sale for the out. That's going to end the second. The Cubs leaving another runner on base, 4 hits apiece, and the Red Sox carry a 1-0 lead into the third. And in the third inning for Boston, going to be Xander Bogaerts, Mitch Moreland, and Jackie Bradley Jr. Xander Bogaerts to lead it off. .330 average. He had a single back in the first inning as well, and Boston picking up the run in the top half of the second inning thanks to an RBI from Chris Sale. The 0-1 in here, and it's pumped up towards first. Anthony Rizzo coming back on the dirt, and he's able to find it for the out. Now 1 down here, and it's Mitch Moreland's turn. He struck out his first time up. Corbin takes his time here once again, and it's a slider, and it's 78. Now the 0-1 pitch. Corbin takes his sweet time here in a 4-seamer right down the middle. A nice pitch. Corbin averaging about 88 on his fastball here early in this one as the 0-2 popped up in a shallow center field. Fowler's on the run in, but Jonathan Schoop retreats back and he's able to find it. 2 down now, Jackie Bradley Jr. Patrick Corbin looking solid so far in this ball game, but the Red Sox have the jump 1-0 thanks in part to Chris Sale. But the Red Sox hitting Corbin up for 4 hits already, just as the Cubs have done to Sale, but the Cubs not as well conservative on the base pass here as the 0-2 flied out towards right, and Cody Bellinger tracks it down. Just like that, it's a 1-2-3, top of the third, and the Cubs 1-2-3 going to be up here in the bottom of the third. Fowler, Posey, and Torres 1-for-1 already as Fowler, and he's set to go here against Sale. Chris Sale, 21 pitches through the first 2 innings, and now a cutter up and away here to Fowler. 1-0 pitch, and Sale upstairs and away here yet again, another cutter, and now 2-0. Fowler being nice and safe here as he came around on the change. Now 2-1. Chris Sale looks like he's going to go just down the middle here. And yes, indeed, a 3-1 put away at first base here for the opening out of the bottom half of the third. And now it's Buster Posey's turn. Posey 1-for-1 with a single his first time up back in the first. The Cubs had runners at first and third, but weren't able to convert. And now the 0-1 pitch here, a four-seamer, and Posey came around. Now 0-2, still 1 down, a 1-0 Red Sox lead. Bouncer towards second, Michael Chavez with the flip over to Moreland, and there's 2 outs. Gleyber Torres 0 for 1 with a strikeout here already in this ballgame. Went down on 3 straight high heaters here from Chris Sale. Has now a nice cutter in from Sale here for the first strike of the at-bat. 0-1 yet again, and Torres pops it up foul. 0-2 pitch, the payoff from Sale in there, and Torres came around. Torres strikes out in back-to-back of his first 2 at-bats, 4 hits for both sides, and still a 1-0 Boston lead as we head to the 4th. Andrew Benintendi, the leadoff guy here for Boston in the 4th. A 1-0 Red Sox lead here as Benintendi pops up the first pitch he sees on the infield. It's Manny Machado able to locate it and track it down for the out, and now it's Christian Vasquez's turn. Christian Vasquez, the catcher for the Boston Red Sox, calls a solid game behind the plate. He is Chris Sale's personal catcher, just as David Ross was the now manager of the Chicago Cubs to John Lester when he was a Cub. The runner going to reach first here for Boston, and Vasquez with the single, and it's Verdugo's turn. Verdugo wearing number 99 here for the Boston Red Sox has now a nice curve in there from Corbin. 0-1, and finished off in there towards second base. Jonathan Schoop flips it up and in to Anthony Rizzo in time, and now there's 2 outs for Michael Chavez. Chavez 1 for 1 with a double here already in 2020, and now a four-seamer in there at 88 miles an hour. 0-1 pitch in, and a bouncer towards second. Jonathan Schoop able to pick it up in time and field over to Anthony Rizzo for the out. Now we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here. Back to work we go here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now with 1 down, Ryan Braun crushes this one out towards right field. It's deep, and it's gone. The Cubs managed to tie the game up here. Ryan Braun with a solo shot, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Jonathan Schoop's turn now. The 1 out, Cody Bellinger, a pop-up towards second, and now Schoop, a bouncer towards short. It's Xander Bogaerts back in the hole, the flip towards first, but Schoop able to run it out here in time. Manny Machado's turn. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Cubs got on the board here already. A Ryan Braun home run towards deep right field, and it managed to clear the seats. 0-1 pitch down low, a knuckle curve. Chris Sale nasty with that pitch, and now 0-2. Chris Sale right down the middle, and Manny Machado with a blast out towards right. It bounces in front of Verdugo, and once again the Cubs have runners at first and second. Anthony Rizzo 0 for 1 with a grounder. 4-game hitting streak, looking to make that 5 here tonight. He is, however, on a 5-game run streak as he comes around on 1, and now he's down 0-1. Right down the middle goes Sale, and right down the first base foul line goes Rizzo. 0-2 here yet again, and Rizzo with a deep fly ball out towards left field. Tracking it down going to be Andrew Benintendi. Runner going to tag from second here for Chicago, and Jonathan Schoop tagged out at third to end the 4th. The Cubs get on the board with a solo shot from Ryan Braun to tie it up. 7 hits from Chicago, 5 from the Sox, and it's a 1-1 game as it's 9-1-2 for Boston. Chris Sale knocking in the only run for the Red Sox back in the 2nd inning to the day in this one. First at bat of 2020, and only at bat per se, and only RBI he's got here this season. 0-2 here from Patrick Corbin already. The kick in there and the fire for the strikeout. What a beauteous pitch. Is now it's Rafael Devers' turn. Devers, the third baseman, already with a single in this one, but quiet his last time up here. And now the 0-1. Devers hitless in 2 straight games until today. And now the 0-2 in there, and able to pick up punch-out number 4 is Patrick Corbin. Corbin looking for win number 5 here of 2020. 45 pitches already in this game through 4 2/3. Bogaerts with a slider in there for a strike, and now the 0-1. Pitch lined out towards right field. It falls in front of Cody Bellinger, and yes, indeed, it's Xander Bogaerts has 2 singles here in the game. Mitch Moreland, the first baseman for Boston, going to take his turn up here. A cutter in at 85. Forgot to mention the jerseys earlier, but the Cubs in their home white pinstripes, whereas Boston's got their road grays here with the red trim on. A bouncer out towards center field, and just like that, the Red Sox now with runners at first and third. Jackie Bradley Jr., the speedster up here. 2 outs and a 1-1 score between the Red Sox and the Cubs from Virtual Ridley. 0-1 in there for a slider, and now 0-2. The kick and the fire in from Corbin right down the middle on the liner at the head of Rizzo, able to snag it down. We're halfway home in this ball game. The Red Sox strand a pair of 7 hits for each side, and it's 9-1-2 up for Chicago. We get started here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Patrick Corbin to lead it off for Chicago. Kicking the fire in here from Sale, and the foul tip from Patrick Corbin here. Now 0-1. Corbin hitting just 167 here in 2020 as he foul tips one away. Now 0-2 right down the middle. Corbin pops it up towards third. Xander Bogaerts comes in and he's able to find it. Or excuse me, that's Rafael Devers covering third. Bogaerts the shortstop. Now Dexter Fowler. Already a single in this ball game. The only run coming courtesy of Ryan Braun in the bottom of the 4th inning to knot this one up. Fowler just thrown out in case of the strong arm of Xander Bogaerts. Gotta throw that in as a nifty play for him. And now it's Buster Posey's turn. Posey already with a single in the game here. And now make that 2 as he bounces one out in the shallow right field here. Verdugo had to come in away, and Posey's in safely with a double, head first to second. Gleyber Torres 0 for 2 with apparent Ks, and now it looks like he's going to be pulled out of the ball game in favor of Troy Tulowitzki. 7 home runs, 23 RBIs for Tulowitzki with 28 runs scored. Cubs looking to get that second run of the ball game here. Maybe there it'll be it. Buster Posey turns around third and heads for home here. Yes, indeed, Troy Tulowitzki, a pinch hit RBI single, and the Cubs take a 2-1 lead. Now Cody Bellinger 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Troy Tulowitzki standing at first here. He's on his way to second. Bellinger right to Michael Chavez. It's short, and that ends the frame. The Cubs managed to pick up their second run, however. Troy Tulowitzki coming off the bench, and he gets it done, sending us to the 6th. Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder in here for the Boston Red Sox. Wearing number 16 here, he's going to take a 4-seam fastball for a strike from Patrick Corbin. Corbin now leading in the count, 0-1, and Benintendi whacks one out towards right field. Bellinger able to track and find it here, and now there's one out in the frame. Back underway here, top of the 6th inning, 1 out. Sorry for our little pause there. Now Christian Vasquez towards first. Rizzo with the flip to Corbin, and there's 2 outs here. Alex Verdugo's turn. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a grounder already in this ballgame. A 2-1 Chicago lead coming in the bottom of the 5th inning. Troy Tulowitzki coming off the bench and able to knock in the Cubs run here. Schoop flips to Rizzo to end the top half of the 6th. Ryan Braun, Jonathan Schoop, and Manny Machado here in the bottom of the 6th for Chicago. Chris Sale looking for win number 7 here in 2020, but he's not going to do it if his offense can't get started here, as now we get one rolling to the track out in right center field. The turn from first to second here, Jackie Bradley Jr. not strong enough, and Ryan Braun, who homered to tie this one up towards right field, his second time up, now has a double. Jonathan Schoop manning second base in this game for Chicago. Braun standing at second here with a huge lead and a changeup up and in. Schoop came around. Now Ryan Braun going to be on the move here for the Cubs. Throw towards third, and it's in time. Devers laying the tag down. 2-5. Caught stealing net goes in, and now the 0-2. Schoop and the strikeout for Sale. Manny Machado is hitting 2 straight at-bats here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning here, and now the 2-out pitch, bounce towards second, and Chavez getting it over in time to Moreland to end it. The Cubs pick up a couple more hits, however, and 10 hits compared to the Red Sox 7, and the Cubs extra hits the difference. It's a 2-1 score. Michael Chavez, the second baseman, to lead it off here for Boston in the top of the 7th. It's a 2-1 Chicago Cubs score. 8-9-1 up in the Boston Red Sox order. 0-1 popped up down and in here behind the plate, and coming up to find it going to be Buster Posey for the out. Now Chris Sale out of the ball game, so it's Kevin Pillar's turn. Chris Sale held accountable for the loss at this point, and now a 4-seamer Corbin able to catch it in there for a strike. Now 0-1, and in this case point, Manny Machado over to Rizzo for the out. In this case point, Chris Sale, you got to give it to him. He threw a decent ball game, but 10 hits, there's no way giving up 10 hits is going to win you a ball game every night, as now it's Devers' turn. Top of the order back up here for Boston, and Devers crushes one out towards deep right field, and this one's gone. Home run number 19 for Rafael Devers, and it's a tie ball game at 2. It's Xander Bogaerts 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a fly out here with his Red Sox hiked up high onto his heels here as he pops one up on the infield for Anthony Rizzo to end it. But the Red Sox managed to tie it back up with a solo home run in the bottom of the seventh. Now comes up 5-3 with 3 holds. Barnes comes out of the bullpen here for the Boston Red Sox, and it's Anthony Rizzo to lead it off, followed by the pitcher spot and Dexter Fowler. Rizzo on a 4-game hitting streak steps into the box here. Sorry about our noise in the background here. We've had some neighbors come home after a long trip out west here as Rizzo comes up and in and with the curve here. Now Barnes outside the way here, and Rizzo foul tips it away. Now 0-2 yet again, and a ball dropped up and away here, and it's a 1-2 count. Up and in here, and Rizzo out towards shortstop, coming in, and yes, indeed, it's going to be a 6-3 put away, thanks in large part to Bogaerts. It's short. 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Looks like Patrick Corbin's going to stay in the ball game here, and maybe just for the bat as he's able to pick up the single and get the Cubs a base runner here. Looks like Patrick Corbin going to come out of the ball game here. Pinch runner going to be Freddie Freeman for the Cubs now. So the starting pitchers both out of the ball games now. The Cubs looking to get some speed over there at first. Is Fowler going to take a first pitch sinker belt high. 0-1 in here from Barnes. A slider, and Fowler came around. 0-2. Barnes left the off-speed pitch right down the middle. Crushed out towards the left. Goes Dexter Fowler. Andrew Benintendi able to run back on it and find it. And now there's 2 down. Buster Posey's turn. He's got a single, a grounder, and a double in that order, respectively. It's a 2-2. Chicago Cubs and Boston Red Sox score from virtual Wrigley Field here. It's a bit windy, the wind blowing out to right field, as you can tell, with the balls hitting that direction. But the 0-1 bounce toward third, over to Moreland in time, and that ends the 7th. The Cubs strand another base runner. 11 hits for Chicago, 8 for the Sox, and it's a 2-2 score as we head to the top of the 8th. Michael Dunn, one of the Cubs' best relievers out of the bullpen in 31 1/3 innings pitched this year. 26 Ks, and he's got 3 holds. Still no wins or losses in the column, so maybe today he'll get his first. Mitch Moreland, the leadoff guy here for the Boston Red Sox. The Cubs' 2 runs coming courtesy of Ryan Braun, a solo home run to right field, and then Troy Tulowitzki's pinch hit RBI single. And the put away here, 6-3 to get us going in the 8th inning, and now it's Jackie Bradley Jr.'s turn. Chris Sale with an RBI double for the Boston Red Sox, and don't forget about the solo shot from Xander Bogaerts, and that's what's got us to where we are now. A 2-2 score, and now the 0-2, 1 out here, in from Dunn, and a liner right to Machado here. And now it's going to be J.D. Martinez pinch hitting for Andrew Benintendi. So the Red Sox looking for some serious offense here now. Is that Mitch Moreland already out down here now. And it's J.D. Martinez's turn, and a 4-seamer in there from Dunn. Now 0-1 here. Dunn takes his sweet time, and the pop-up here on the infield. Yet again, it's going to be Buster Posey's ball as he waves off Dunn. And there it is to end the frame. The Red Sox go down quietly, and now it's 3-4-5 for Chicago. Tulowitzki, Bellinger, and Braun. Tulowitzki hitting 350, and Matthew Barnes going to remain in this ball game for the Boston Red Sox here. It's a ball up and away. The flag out in center field, waving back and forth here yet again, and the fans going absolutely nuts out there, especially the bleacher bums out in center field. The 1-2, and it's a foul tip away from Tulowitzki. The grass looks even greener today than it normally does. The grounds crew doing a great job here. Is Tulowitzki going to try to run out a double with this one? Bradley Jr. with a strong arm, and yes, indeed, it's in there in time. Bogaerts lays the tag down on Tulowitzki, and there's 1 out now, and it's Bellinger's turn. The Cubs went to extras yesterday and depleted their bullpen, trying not to make the same mistake today as the Mets took the game yesterday, 3-2 and 11. Cubs took the first 2 games of that series and saw their 12-game winning streak come to an end as the liner right at J.D. Martinez. There are going to be setbacks just like in any season, and the Cubs looking to not make it 2 setbacks in a row. They've already got 32 deficits to their names on the season here. Is now Bradley Jr. able to come out and find it here. The Cubs go down quietly, and it's 6-7-8 for the Red Sox in the top of the 9th, and it's Vasquez to lead it off. Vasquez hitting 338, and Dunn, the pitcher on the hill here for Chicago for another inning. A slider in there to Vasquez for a first pitch. Right, Dunn only with 6 pitches in the 8th inning, and now he gets the second pitch K here yet again. Now an 0-2 in there, and it's a bouncer towards first. Anthony Rizzo able to take it to the bag unassisted himself, and there's 1 down now in the frame for Vertigo, who's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Michael Dunn takes his sweet time here working from the stretch, and a foul tipped up and away from Verdugo here. Verdugo, as he said, the former Dodger, making an absolute impact here in his first full season in a Boston Red Sox uniform. And now he comes around on the 0-2, and he struck out here for the third time tonight. Michael Chavez, .295 average here in 2020. Looks like we're going to give the Cubs a chance in the bottom of the ninth inning. It's Rizzo to Dunn covering first, and there it is. 8 hits for the Red Sox and 2 runs. The Cubs with 12 hits and 2 runs. And Jonathan Schoop, Manny Machado, and Anthony Rizzo going to come up in the bottom of the ninth looking to finish this one off. Jonathan Schoop hitting at .328 here in 2020 for the Chicago Cubs, and he foul tips one away. Now 0-1 here, outside and away, and Schoop fouls it away. 0-2 pitch right down the middle here from Barnes, and Schoop sent down on strikes. Barnes now yanked out of the ballgame. 4-3 with 4 holds is Matthew Walden. 2 Matthews in the Boston Red Sox bullpen, and ironically now we'll have seen them both in this ballgame. A .352 earned run average he's got, and it's Manny Machado's turn at .325 batting average. 1 out here in the frame, a 2-2 score, bottom of the ninth inning. Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs from Virtual Ridley, and now the 0-1 of 4-seamer clocking in at 91. 0-2, trying to find the rhythm against Walden, and there it is, out towards center field. It's smoked, and Manny Machado's on base here with 1 out in the ninth. Anthony Rizzo 0 for 3, a pair of grounders and a flyout, looking to not have his hitting streak or his run streak snapped here tonight. And a sinker in there, and he came around. Manny Machado stands at first. The winning run in this ball game, if Anthony Rizzo or the next guy up can find a way to get him around. 1 out here, and now the 0-2. Rizzo came around, and he's sent down on strikes. And now it's Dunn's turn. Dunn going to be yanked out of the ball game as the Cubs really look to get some offense rolling here. It's going to be Joey Votto to take the pinch hit at bat as the Cubs look to bring Manny Machado around the base pass and win this one in regulation time. Votto with the foul and tip away. Now 0-1. Got that one right off the nub of the bat, and now a cutter down and in. Votto came around. Now it's an 0-2. Walden outside away. Votto came around, and there it is. We're heading extras. 13 hits for Chicago, 8 for the Sox, and it's a 2-2 score as we head to the 10th. Walden, the leadoff guy here. Joey Votto going to remain on the hill here with an 81 earned run average this season. He's already pitched a third of an inning, and now the 0-1 pitch in here to Walden, a foul ball away. Cubs looking to save the depleted bullpen just a little bit after the 11-inning affair yesterday with the Mets. Starter and Nola only able to go 6 here as it's popped up right into the glove of Anthony Rizzo, and it's Devers' turn. Devers had the solo home run, which tied this ball game up at 2 after we thought the Cubs' 2 runs was going to be enough in this one, but boy, were we wrong. Now the 0-1 here. Votto takes his sweet time, works from the stretch here, and a bouncer out to right field. The Red Sox have a guy on base here. A single on, and now it's Xander Bogaerts' turn. He's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles, and that's going to pull Joey Votto out of the ball game. Shane Green going to come into this game, the former Detroit Tiger, with a 6 earned run average in 6 innings pitched this season. He's got a win to his name, but the ERA is a little high in this Cubs bullpen, the main concern, which I've discussed many times. The flip, Schoop to Tulowitzki, the throwback to first here in time. And there it is, the double play to end the inning. Cubs still with 13 hits. The Red Sox now with 9. And it's 1-2-3 as the Cubs look to walk this one off.